Hi, my name is Robert Bajer, and I'm the founder and CEO of Micro-credential Multiverse. This year, we launched a tool called Skill Nexus AI, and the idea of this tool is that it empowers job seekers, hiring managers, and education providers with precise AI-driven labor market intelligence. So let me walk you through it. So the first thing that you'll do is log in, and once you're logged in, you can go ahead and search for any job description that you're looking for. So if I'm a job seeker, maybe I'm looking for a role in nursing. If I'm a hiring manager, maybe I'm looking for a nurse to hire. And if I'm an education provider, I'm trying to get an idea of how I can better connect those two. So once you enter just some plain text right in the search, we try to make it as accessible as possible. Not everyone is up to date on their ONET and Bureau of Labor Statistics codes here. So we make it easy, just accepts plain text. And once you're logged in, you can go ahead and select, the role that sounded the most like what you were looking to explore here. And what it's doing is it is cross-referencing over 1,000 occupations and 55,000 US jobs. And it is structuring queries for 3 views specifically. So there's the job seeker view, i.e. individuals looking for opportunities. There's the hiring manager view, folks looking for individuals in pursuit of jobs, and the education provider view, which kind of connects those two things. So institutions, community colleges, technical schools, these kinds of folks. So here we have our 3 views for our registered nurse, and we have some quick data right at the top: medium salary, the education, the level of educational attainment associated with this particular job. You can go ahead and you can see what that looks like on ONET directly with a click. You can see whether it's a growth area, some annual openings, these sorts of things. But from the job seeker's perspective, they're really trying to get an idea of what might it be like to be a registered nurse. And this is an interesting job because in a previous role, I was actually a nursing CTE educator at a public high school, in addition to teaching biology and physiology and these sorts of things. So when we were developing this product, I was really thinking about it with my own students in mind. So if one of my students had graduated as a senior and was looking to, for example, create a portfolio for this job, what would that look like? What does their journey look like in terms of education experience and on-the-job training? And this isn't something that my students had to deal with, but I'm sure yours do. Here's our AI and automation frontier tile, which gives you an idea of, for each occupation, what is the exposure level to AI disruption, and what is the risk of automation? But also, what skills can you learn to make you an even stronger candidate for those jobs despite the disruption? Just to quickly move us ahead here, we have an integration with LinkedIn. So if I, for example, as a learner, wanted to connect with some nurses in my area, I would encourage my students all the time to connect with folks who have the jobs that they're thinking about getting. They can also find jobs directly on LinkedIn for those roles. And again, this is available for all over 1,000 occupations covered by the platform. Since this is a 5-minute demo, I can't go into the hiring manager or the education provider too deep, but hiring managers are really looking at how they're going to assess candidates versus building portfolios. Also, hiring managers are looking at 30, 60, 90-day plans and skills to hire for instead of, the job seeker view, which is a different perspective there. Last but not least, the education provider view is really connecting those two things by providing capstone project ideas, curriculum alignment, and a little bit of competency profile data and some information about what the types of questions learners will encounter when they do get that job interview. Last but not least, every view has a career kit for job seekers, hiring guides for hiring managers, and curriculum blueprints for education providers. And this is available for all 1,016 occupations covered by ONET and the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So I want to thank you for the time you've spent with me getting to know Skill Nexus AI.